Oh, all right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today, we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we are going to talk about Tesla made some slight changes to their website regarding the EV tax credit. We're going to take a look at the exact wording that they changed. And there's a news article talking about from Reuters, actually, Reuters, in which the IRS has announced that they will be announcing their tax credit update, the IRS update for the battery guidelines and all that stuff next week. So we'll take a look at the news, and we'll talk about what might actually happen and how this will affect the market, especially for the Model 3 and the Model Y, and what I think personally will happen, amongst a bunch of other topics today. But before we get into any of that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla with the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down in the description if you want to support the channel. And thank you to my latest Patreon members. We've got Silicon Valley Stoic. Thanks for joining. And also Anna, thanks for joining. Thanks for supporting. If you want to join, check out the YouTube join link or the Patreon link down below in the description if you want to get access to my buying guide, which has list of credit unions and banks that all have better interest rates, better than Tesla financing. So let us get into this. So this is the Tesla website. I use the Wayback Machine. You can see right here, you can see the URL, well, you can't see it, but right here at the top, it says web URL archive.org. This allows you to see the website, what it looked like yesterday. And so you can see at the top, it says new Model 3 and Y qualify for the federal tax credit for eligible buyers. Of course, when you click the learn more link, it doesn't really give you that much more clarification than that. It really just says the IRS will change any something by March 31st. And we don't really know if it's going to be a 30 to 60, maybe a 90-day rollout. We really have no idea. But taking a look at the website now, if you actually drill into the Model 3, it says something slightly different. It says tax credit changes coming soon. Eligible buyers take delivery now to guarantee a $7,500 federal tax credit. So, of course, this comes as news from yesterday when we saw this article from Electric that Tesla seems to be telling their employees that the $7,500 federal tax credit for the Model 3, it could be going a little bye-bye. So we've speculated this for a while that the Model 3 standard range might lose the $7,500 federal tax credit, but we have no idea about Model 3 long range, Model 3 performance. I just heard today that someone talked to a Tesla employee, so take that for whatever it's worth, that potentially the Model 3 long range and the performance might actually continue to get the $70,500 federal tax credit, but we really have no idea. And so here at the top banner, it's changed. It says you must take delivery now to guarantee a $7,500 federal tax credit. But besides that, everything is still kind of the same, right? Model 3 long range is hidden. You can't order it. You can still find it in inventory and take delivery. And of course, it still says this vague answer that you must take delivery by March 31st to get the tax credit. And of course, this is the tax credit when you file for your taxes next year, not this year. So you can use software like TurboTax, stuff like that to get the credit next year, not this year. Another thing that I thought was pretty interesting is if you go to the Model Y section of the website, the wording changes again. It says new Model Ys qualify for a $7,500 federal tax credit for eligible buyers. I'm pretty sure this stayed the same for a while, but it's interesting to see that this is a different wording from the Model 3 side. So does this mean that the Model 3 could potentially get or continue to get a $7,500 federal tax credit? Or does it mean that this could potentially get a $3,750 tax credit? We really have no idea. All we know is it seems like Model 3 is going to not have it anymore, but Model Y certainly could continue to get it. So let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think it's going to get the tax credit, the Model Y specifically? I mean, we did try an estimate, across the board. Like, of course, Model 3 standard range, it's been known for a while that because it's an LFP battery and probably sourced from China and all that stuff, it might not get anything. Model 3 long range, Model 3 performance might get the 7,500. We don't have no idea. And also Model Y seems to be a mixed bag. Some people think it's going to get the full 7,500 federal tax credit, and other people think it's only going to get 3,750. But This is what we know. So shout out to Sawyer Merritt. He posted this yesterday. News: the U.S. Treasury Department on Wednesday, yesterday, or 2 days ago actually, said it will release guidance next week on sourcing requirements for the EV tax credit subsidies under the Biden climate change law. The first in a string of highly anticipated rules to determine how broadly the credits can be used. Since the Model 3 rear-wheel drive LFP batteries in China it loses out on the $7,500 federal tax credit. And so if you don't know what this means, if you're kind of confused on this whole $7,500 federal tax credit, it's broken into two parts. It's $3,750 for the critical battery minerals on where it's sourced from, and another $3,750 on the battery components on where it's manufactured from. And so that's why you hear terminology like $3,750, or the full $7,500, and really that's where it boils down to. So if we click on this source is from Reuters, and so maybe they have some more insight, or really, I mean, this is kind of just like regurgitating this headline about how because we know it's going to get announced at the end of the week next week. So maybe, hopefully, like if they said the U.S. Treasury said on Wednesday that it will release next week, so maybe it could be what? I mean, looking at the calendar, next Friday is the 31st, so maybe they'll wait all the way until the 31st to announcement. And of course, fingers crossed, like I'm certainly hoping that it's some sort of like 30 to 60 to even 90-day rollout, but we really don't have any idea at the moment. So, I mean, we'll definitely stay on top of it. We will know, we will be following it, but let me know what your thoughts. Do you think it's going to get the full 7,500, or the Model Y, or the Model 3, or this, that, and the other? So we're going to jump into our next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule or after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, some as low as 2.5 to 2.99, but realistically 3.5 to 3.99 for everyone else that can actually join. But Patreon link down below in the description. All right, and today, because it's